Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have this Skoda Octavia VRS back in the workshop for some more upgrades. So you may recognize this car, and it already has a whole host of RacingLine parts fitted to it, including the big brake kit, all of the billet stuff, but today we are upgrading it some more. So we're going to be doing 2 upgrades and 1 OE replacement today. The 3 things we're going to be doing are all on the cooling side at the front of the engine. So we're going to be fitting a brand new OEM AC condenser, we're going to be fitting a RacingLine intercooler, and finally a CSF radiator. Now, the intercooler and radiator are really good options to upgrade on these MQB platform cars, and we will get into just exactly why a bit later in the video. So let's get the car into the workshop and start getting it stripped. Okay, so we have the radiator and intercooler out of the Octavia now. We're going to quickly run you through the differences between the stock units and the new units that we are fitting, and just explain why they are such good upgrades on these MQB platform cars. So starting off with the intercoolers here, we have the OEM intercooler on the left, and we have the RacingLine intercooler on the right. So the first thing you will notice is that the RacingLine intercooler is a little bit thicker. Obviously, the thicker that your intercooler is, the more heat it can exchange. Another key thing is the metal end tanks. So on the OEM ones, you have plastic crimped end tanks, and these crimps can fail, and then you will have a leak in your system. With the metal end tanks, they are welded on, which means you have a much more secure system on your intercooler to stop any failure points in the future. Now, with these intercoolers, they are a super good upgrade to keep your charger temps down and help you keep your boost up, but they do offer more restriction to the radiator, and that's why it's a really important thing to upgrade both your intercooler and radiator at the same time if you're planning on doing an intercooler upgrade. So now what we'll do is we will get the OEM radiator and CSF radiator out and run you through the differences between those two as well. Okay, so we now have the CSF radiator next to the OE radiator, and right off the bat you'll see there's quite a big difference. Obviously the OE radiator has been in the car since new, so it has seen a lot of miles, it's seen a lot of road debris, and just a lot of wear and tear in general. So let's flip the camera around and I will show you the differences between these two. So once again, we have the OE item on the left and the new upgraded item on the right. So as I said, you can see all of the debris that has been collected in this radiator. Now, this radiator actually sits at the back of the pack. So right at the front, you have the AC condenser. In the middle, you have the intercooler, and then at the back, you have the radiator. So with these vehicles, the dash will always show 90 degrees on your coolant temp, no matter what. But what we've seen is when you're on track with the standard radiators, what ends up happening is you can reach coolant temps of up to 110 degrees C, which obviously is not ideal. And because the dash only shows 90 degrees, you can't actually tell what is going on with your coolant unless you are actively logging the vehicle like we did when we took ours on track. So the CSF radiator helps to keep the temperature in check by having more fins in the same amount of area. It's also a little bit thicker, and of course it has CSF's B-tube technology inside it. So the reason why this is such an important upgrade on these cars is because, as I said earlier, with the radiator being at the back of the pack, it sees the least amount of airflow when you've got a bigger intercooler interrupting the air, and also an AC condenser in front of that. So those two items obviously suck all of the nice cool air out, and you're left with hot air going into the radiator, which obviously is not the most efficient thing at keeping your coolant temps down. Now, the final thing to note on the CSF radiator, which is consistent across the entire CSF range, is the TIG welded end tanks. So just like on the intercooler, the factory units are plastic crimped end tanks, and on these radiators, they are quite known for failing, and obviously you then lose all your coolant and you can't continue driving. With the TIG welded end tanks on the CSF cooler, that is not an issue that you will come across, so you can just keep driving for as long as you want. So they are the differences between the upgraded parts and the OEM parts that we're fitting to the Octavia today. I will also include a clip in a minute of the AC condenser that is currently in the car and then the new one when it arrives, just so you can see the difference between the damaged fins that we currently have and the new ones that are going to be fitted to the car. Okay, so we have all of the upgrades fitted to the Octavia VRS. As I said, we have the RacingLine intercooler, we have the CSF radiator, and the brand new AC condenser as well. So these three parts, in conjunction with one another, will help keep the charge air temps cool, the coolant temps cool, and your own body temps cool. If you're looking to buy any of these parts for your MQB platform car, you can find both the intercooler and the CSF radiator listed on shop.regalautosport.com, and we can also fit them in-house for you if you don't fancy doing it yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done already, then give us a thumbs up. If you want to watch some of our other videos that YouTube thinks you'll like, then click up here. If you want to watch some other videos in the same playlist, then click here. And if you haven't done already, then hit the subscribe button right here.